Hello, beautiful souls and star seeds. Welcome back to the Hourglass, where we'll be doing another reading for your divine masculine energy update. Keep in mind, not all of the videos are going to resonate with your divine masculine. There are different divine masculines that ring through the cards, not each and every time, but not each and every time it's going to resonate with you. Keep in mind that the divine masculine could be a male or a female. It could also resonate with the divine masculinity within yourself that needs some type of healing as well. All right, so let's bust down these cards and see what your divine masculine is up to. Um, mhm. For here? For no, for our house? Pause. Unpause. All right, sorry about that. A little interruption. All right, so let's get it popping. Let's bust down these cards and see what your divine masculine may be feeling or working on at this time. Keep in mind that whatever rings through these cards today does not mean your divine masculine has the kahunas to make it happen. All right, this may be something that they're battling with or they're taking their time in doing. All right. Hats off, big up to all those twin flames that are in union. Always give praises and respect and appreciation for those that has made it through and are holding on to their union, so we could attract that same type of energy to us that are in separation or in little to no contact. All right. All right, so let's see. What is this divine masculine working on? I feel like a lot of them are on their path. Some of them may have been derailed, but they're trying to get back on there, dealing with a lot of child or inner core issues. All right, you guys, the healing is never done. Anything could trigger inner core wounds, sounds, taste, smell, hearing, yeah, sounds especially. All right, so let's see, what's this collective of divine masculines up to? Thank you. Sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra is all about authority, power, could be sexual urges as well. Let me see if there's anything else that flipped over. Yeah. So with the sacral chakra, you guys, like I said, it's all about down there. This person could be feeling very sexual in nature. It's all about pleasure right now. And again, all of my divine masculine energy updates has mostly to do with the divine feminine. But if there's any karmic cycles or karmics that presents themselves, I will be talking about that. All right, so with the sacral chakra, if it's blocked, this person could be emotionally cold right now, and it could be very difficult for them to change. Even though they're working on their transformation, there's still energy of resistance as well. So with the symbol coming out here, it's a strong possibility that it's blocked right now. So they may not, even though they have these sexual urges, they may not be capable of indulging in it for too long. For some of them, they may be very hyper emotional right now and over sexual for some of them, and feeling that guilt, all right, of always, overly focused on physical pleasure. So they may be feeling some type of guilt because of that, and it's very difficult for them to experience joy and happiness. So with the 8 being present here, it could talk about progress and moving forward, but it could also talk about repeating karmic cycles. Take it how it resonates. So we have the number 16 and we have personal boundaries. So like I mentioned, some of them are still struggling with putting up healthy personal boundaries. This may be a very new thing for your divine masculine, to be in their authentic nature, to literally put all their cards on the table and to express their feelings, their thoughts. It may be very hard or difficult for them to do so because it's uncomfortable, it's vulnerable, it's awkward. And they may be fearing to even put the cards on the table or lay their thoughts and feelings out for the divine feminine, because the divine feminines, male or female, may have already put up those healthy personal boundaries, not only towards the divine masculine, but in life in general. I know a lot of divine feminines has put in place these personal boundaries and has lost friends, even jobs, even family members that they thought that would always be by their side. But in this journey, being that we're triggered to break out of a lot of programming and conditionings, we start to see who really had our backs and who didn't, what was really healthy and what was not. All right, so they're struggling to feel or to stay in this empowered, joyful state and happy about the choices that they're making. So they're going through mini episode or mini version, no, mini dark nights of the soul of transformations, if that makes sense. So, they're learning that the walls that they may have put up to protect them may have blocked them from happiness and joyful times with their divine feminine. I do feel like they may be starting to take care of themselves more. They may be, spending money on themselves to give themselves some type of pleasure. They want to look good and feel good. So, as a hairstylist, as a cosmetologist operator, that's one of our mottos. When you look good, you feel good, right? So let's jump in here and see who are the key players. Let's bust down these cards. Yeah, but they are feeling very sexually towards the divine feminine. All right, there's some type of sexual tension. If this is a same sex union or connection, there is sexual tension here. And they're finding it very difficult to indulge in it because of guilt, because of bringing some type of shame or letting down the divine feminine. So it's there, but it's like they're resisting it because of that guilt of not being very good to the divine feminine. For some of you that it's the same sex, this may be very new to the both of you, and they're still trying to figure out the depths of the sexual tension as well, or why they feel so much pleasure being in your presence as well. All right, so it doesn't have to be sexual in nature. It could be very platonic, and they're trying to figure out like what's really going on here. Like they're trying to catch themselves here. Some of them could be born in the 8th month, 16th date, or it could be any month, but the date is the 16th. Some of them may have blonde hair or very auburn, light brown hair as well. They look really good in gold, or they like gold jewelry. Yeah, it's like they're trying to take control of their life right now, I feel. So it's a lot of holding back still for a lot of you. So like I said, everybody's on a different wave in this twin flame journey. So if this is not resonating with you, if it feels like it's triggering it's like triggering your frustration, maybe it's a good idea if you click off now and come back on a later date when you feel more calm about whatever is going on between the both of you. So there's confidence being blocked here, or this divine masculine is low in confidence. Reveal the cards to me. Reveal the cards to me. Oh, wow. So I saw the family room and the wealthy man. All right, so all right, so with the family room, I definitely feel like some of your divine masculines may be planning to move, and they may be keeping this under wraps. They may not be telling people that's close to them. For some of you, your divine masculine deeply desires to be that authoritative person in their life. And let me tell you something. Every time I see the wealthy man, it's like the bar is in the back, even though it could talk about gambling or stocks or betting. I feel like this thing, it gives me a weird vibe of jail time. Like maybe in the past they put on this facade like they're really wealthy, they have this wealthy lifestyle, but behind closed doors it's not really, it's exaggerated to some effect. For some of you, your divine masculine is making things happen. Some type of development is happening with their stocks or things that they're investing in, and this may be the cause of their blockage when it comes to pleasing, having pleasure with you, divine feminine, because they're so caught up in making this better life for themselves with the family room. It's like they want to have this, they want to present you with an environment that you guys could be present in. It's like this divine masculine works over time. So when they do end up in union with you, that's not on their mind. It's not a distraction, because a lot of these divine masculines meeting the divine feminines, they have this urge to do better or be better in life, so they don't want to involve the divine feminine until they have reached that status. But for a lot of them, what they're not seeing is by putting up a block or resisting the divine feminine, they're also blocking out their purpose, or they're blocking out what's destined for them. So in a lot of ways, they are misguided, or they have a distorted belief that they're living with, that they have to be set up or perfect for the divine feminine. But in reality, by collaborating or joining teams together, they're going to make this life together. You know, I don't know, something about making it up to divine feminine as well. They want to talk to you, or they want you to be comfortable in their midst. It's like whatever they're working on, it's having to do or influenced by the divine feminine. One more card. Some of you have known this person for 13 years. 23, courthouse. Bottom of the deck, distant horizon. So, like I said, they may be traveling, or they're expanding their knowledge here. Something is official. Look, listen, I keep getting this energy for the last couple readings of being official. Maybe they're breaking a lease here, or they're signing leases. For some of you, they're trying to show you that they're capable of being wealthy. And by doing so, they have to move to an area that reflects that. So some of you, they may be breaking contracts or leases, really asserting themselves in life. Because it's like they're having this notion that how they live or where they work is a direct reflection of who they are. It's a part of them. So they have to show you the best. And this is what's blocking them, or this is what's holding them back from being in union with you, from even being honest about what's going on here. Some of them, they could have came from a very tough area, very hood area. Could have been a lot of violence in that area, in that community. And they have break a contract or a lease to move someplace else. Maybe somewhere where somewhere where seagulls are. So this may be somewhere where they has a lot of palm trees, beach areas, something to that effect. So some of them may be moving away from gossip as well. Divine feminine. I feel like there's a lot of people that's talking about them. This could be family. This could be a crazy ex that doesn't want them to move on, because with that distant horizon, it's could talk about moving on, changing area codes, changing keys. They're just moving forward, expanding their horizon. They have been guided to do this. This is empowering them as well. So they could be very much traveling, and they're getting a lot of success here. Oh, wow. Did you guys see that? Well, the camera didn't catch it because it. So we have the Emperor, the Fool, and the Seven of Cups. So they, like I said, they've been guided. With the Seven of Cups, it's like they have been getting a lot of signs, synchronicities. The patterns in life has been showing them that it's time to clear the fog. It's time to really be assertive. Stop being so confused. Some of them may have done a lot of wrong choices as well, and this is causing them to really better themselves. So in the past, they may not have been all there maturely. They wasn't mature in the past, and this is what results in bad or poor decision making. They were all about wealth or material possessions. I'm looking at the wreath and the cup with full of like gems and jewelry. So they may have picked these wealth or abundance, but it didn't pay off. It looked great on paper. They may have even joined forces or signed contracts because of the promise, or they were led to believe that it was all about wealth and abundance, but we have that skull on one of those cups. So it was dangerous. It was poisonous, hazardous for their health, but they couldn't see it because all that glitters is not gold. And now they're stepping into a more self-realization with the Fool, changing directions, changing approaches. They may be in this 0 point energy where they feel very empowered. They feel very, they may have been reckless in the past, very foolish for the things that was presented to them. It sounded really great, so they hopped on it. They gambled. Okay, so whatever was presented to them, it's like they got duped because of the desperate need for power, for authority, for status, for fame. But now that the dust has cleared, they're seeing clearly. And they're seeing now that they need to make very different choices now to empower their growth that does wonders for their to be authentic. With the emperor energy being here, it's like they're starting to move in structure. They may be a little bit stubborn in the advice that they take. So I feel like somebody in their family may have been telling them some advice that they're not taking or they're choosing not to take anymore. Maybe deciding to stand on their own feet, and some people may be gossiping about how foolish they are to move on or move away. Maybe this could be an ex that they may have had contracts or businesses with, a lease, and they're telling them, this may be a person that is still friends with their ex, and their ex has been putting their name on the lease, and now this divine masculine is saying, you know what, I want to transfer your name off the lease to mine. And this person is like, well, how are you going to do that? That is so stupid. That is so reckless. But they're starting to see that they're being duped into these contracts because of their need for materialistic things. It's like they want to stand on their own with the Emperor card. This could be the divine masculine in the deck as well. What was that? The devil. Some of them may have made deals with the devil. No. All right. So they're starting to break down some foundations here with the personal boundaries. They may have had some type of weird belief that was embedded in their subconsciousness, deep down in the dark subconsciousness, that kept them holding on to poor choices. Could be from a father figure, could be from somebody that was may have hurt, harm, or try to destroy them, and they kept that on their secret, on their wraps. And now it's like they could be also trying to show this person, this father figure, or this person with authority, because the sacral chakra talks about authority as well, wanting power. They could be trying to show this person, like, hey, I could do this on my own. Doesn't have to be a parental figure. This could be a relationship that was in that had a lot of power over them, a lot of authority, because they couldn't stand on their own feet. They were really childish and reckless in the things that they did. Not listening to their intuition, flying by the seat of their pants. And now it's like they're ready to move on. I'm ready to move on. I'm not carrying this baggage. I'm not carrying you anymore. So they could have been very codependent on a sister, a brother, an ex, keeping up relationships with their exes because it was doing something for their ego. For some of you, this person is very sexually addicted to you. And it's like they want to be that person in your life. They want to be that divine masculine in your life. They wanted to show off here with the wealthy man. Wealthy men could be very flashy. So it's like they wanted to be very flashy towards you, but you may be seeing them as foolish or reckless, not looking at what they're doing. Even though there's a lot of signs and synchronicities here. Some of you may be dealing with a Capricorn and Aries. Somebody that has Uranus energy within them, could be Aquarius. We have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy as well. It's like maybe someone is overconfident here. They may, like I said, they sometimes hold on to these self-defeating behaviors or ideas. So even though they're putting up these personal boundaries, they're still attached to the power, the fame, the money. And that's because that's what society grooms the masculine energy to be. Well set up. Again, it's well set up. Tell me more about the Fool. Thank you. 6 of Wands. Could be a Leo. Or Aries or Sagittarius, wanting that recognition, wanting the feminine to recognize them for the wealthy man, for, again, with the Fool. I don't see it as reckless, but as them taking that leap of faith, being that free spirit, having that renewal in life. So they want the divine feminine to see that they had a renewal in life. The Fool could talk about trust as well, or trust in the universe to catch them when they jump. All right. So they may be wanting to show you that they have took a leap of faith. They have invested in themselves, or they're investing in something that's given them some sort of power in their confidence. All right. But there's still a need to put healthy personal boundaries in place, because this person is still holding on to a lot of self-defeating behaviors or ideas on how to get recognition, divine feminine. And that's because they may be still putting them hanging around people in their family that's still influencing them to do so. So if your divine masculine has issues with drugs or alcohol or sexual addictions, flirtations, anything that's not really good for them, they may be still hanging around people by choice, that are influencing them to go that way still. Nobody's perfect, you guys. Nobody's perfect. Divine feminines, nobody's perfect, all right? Tell me more about the Seven of Cups. Thank you. All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords. So this divine masculine may need some type of truth here to be given to them so they could... Divine feminine, you may be the voice of truth to this person. So, in the past, you may have give this person a little bit of guidance on how to be aware of scams or things that are just not promising or guaranteed. The Wheel of Fortune popping out here. So it's destined for them to see the truth about these cups that are really not promised. All right. Some of them may fall from grace as well, learning this lesson. This person may be dealing with a Scorpio or an Aquarius in their midst. We also have, I'm looking at the Hebrew language here. Some of them may know Hebrew or something to do with Hebrew there. But this has a lot to do with probably profession, the status, public recognition, their career, and politics. So they may need to switch, or they're learning to switch from politics to good intention or fame to prayer. So with the Wheel of Fortune, it's spinning, right? But it could also deem that this is some troubling time for your divine masculine. But it's like with the Ace of Swords, they're going to get a lot of aha moments through it, right? Because the Wheel of Fortune could signify the number 10. So 10s are all about completion, becoming whole. There are going to be some consequences here to prepare this person for the next journey or the next lesson in the journey, divine feminines. So this may be an ending of not seeing the truth about options or opportunity that's being presented to your divine masculine. Like I said, they may have been mesmerized, hypnotized by what glitters, but it's not gold. It's not beneficial. So this may be coming to the ending phase where they're learning. Let me see. Okay, so this may be some sort of refinement or purification of self with the Ace of Swords, cutting away the bullshit, cutting away old elements of the conscious or the unconsciousness. Another dark night of the soul. I did mention that with the personal boundaries. It's like cutting away troublesome times. I felt it with the Wheel of Fortune, like they're going through a very hard time with the contracts that they may have signed, the verbal agreements that they made, making deals with the devil or things that are just not beneficial to their growth. So they're seeking some type of guidance, the right guidance, maybe letting go of a lot of toxic patterns or negative patterns as well, wanting to cut the chains here to a person that was very appealing to their lustful side. Like I said, Wheel of Fortune is the number 10. And then we have 0. So that's the sequence. We end the situation, right? We learn the lesson, but we still have to go in that 0 point energy where we are alchemizing that energy or what we went through. So it's like a rest period, or it may not be. It could be a point of traveling, of getting out there, learning new things, networking with new people, whatever, however this person decides to do that 0 point energy. But we go from that 10, aces or ones, right? So we go from that 10, we have 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. I don't see the 8 here, but whatever, maybe jumping some steps here, and that may be an issue in the later run, but time will tell. Oh no, we have 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9, 10, 1, 0, 1. So it's a sequence of your divine masculine going through another transitional period of or a dark night of the soul, seeing things for what they really are, but at the same time they're holding up their image or who they want to be. So they're not letting, it's almost like never let them see you down kind of vibe. That's some sizzler stuff. So if you're into reggae, it's like you can't keep a good man down. Keep a smile when they always want you to frown. Okay, so like I'm saying here, when you're ending a cycle here, you have that next phase where you're transforming those lessons. You're getting rid of that old energy to start from a clear canvas, a clean, clear canvas in that 0 point energy. And then with the Ace of Swords, you're taking action to a new beginning or to a new start. So this is why we have the distant horizon, becoming whole, ending to a process or a cycle. All right, the lessons has been learned, the consequences has been reaped with this person. All right, and they're still wanting the attention of the divine feminine. It's like they want you to take a leap of faith. They want you to be trusting of what they're doing, regardless of the negative patterns. It's like, I'm working to change. I'm working to transition. It's raining outside. All right, and rain, for me, it's like clearing the energy in my home. So I open up all the windows, despite that it's wetting the rug or it's wetting the windowsill. It's worth clearing out the energy in my home. So it's something like that. You can't want growth and don't expect the rain or the mud. All right, but this person is showing you that I'm not a stick in the mud, even though I have to run through it and get dirty. I'm not a stick in that mud. I'm going to get past this, divine feminine. So with the Four of Pentacles, this person is probably protecting their energy or protecting their money. Again, learning the lessons of investing, probably doing a lot of research on what is worth investing in. And again, they're building this life to make this divine feminine feel trusting to open up, because they know they have misplaced your trust here. But they learn the lesson of that. It's almost like with the wealthy man, they learn the lesson of talking that part. Now they actually have to be that part. And it's a lot of power. This divine masculine could very much be standing in their divinity. But there's still a hint or a debris of of some type of restriction or some type of evil limitation here with the personal boundaries. So they still have to fight off these toxic patterns, these toxic people in their reality. The light has been shown with the Devil card here, where he holds the torch upside down. It's because it could be excessive ego that have driven your divine masculine into this state as well, and they're starting to recognize that. So in the past, they may have been denying it, very stubborn, looking the other way, not taking accountability for their actions. But now they're starting to see, because they have poured out spirituality or the need to care for their spirit, they're starting to see that by doing that, by having these restrictions, by having these blockages, they have blocked out things that was actually great for their health, for their growth, their divine feminine's love as well. So, you know, they're starting to see that there was not being authentic to their true nature. But with the Four of Pentacles, it's like they're still stubborn, or a sense of being greedy. And, you know, we could look at it this way, that your divine masculine is being very greedy with their time and energy when it comes to the people around them. So even though we have people that's liking them and smiling with them, deep inside they're very aware that they still have to protect their energy away from them. So divine feminine, if you're not in this person's life right now, you have decided to block communication. The more time that goes by, the more they're starting to understand why did you do that, and they're accepting that it's better that you did that in some weird way. So let's see what's the last few cards here. I feel like right now they feel great about themselves. Whatever they accomplished, this could even be staying away from toxic or negative patterns. It could be something as that's making your divine masculine feel really great about themselves, like it's a new day, it's a clean slate. They're trusting the universe, they're trusting all these signs, synchronicities in their life. Some of them are following pages that give them spirit guidance daily, and they're learning to trust that because it adds up. It's a sequence that adds up to the truth. Ace of Swords, the truth of what the divine feminine was trying to show them. All right, they knew they fell from grace because they were untrustworthy, but they're learning about that. They're learning about their profession, the things that their profession has led them to do, their status, public standing, all of that. This person may be in the public eye, or they may be very popular in their circle as well, but they're starting to see that it's nothing but toxicity in this circle. Learning how to cut that away, learning how to use their discernment. With the scrolls being in the courthouse, it's like official knowledge or official guidelines or rules as well. Following some rules here. Some of them may have gotten their LLC or their business has been approved. Studying up on some stuff here on how to be very authentic. I'm looking at the head here, and that could talk about potential companionship with their divine feminine. They're reading up about, this person could even be reading up about the connection, the depth of this connection as well, getting that insight, that guidance, the truth, a lot of aha moments. You know, back in the ancient times when they wear those wigs, it talks about status as well. The bigger the wig, the bigger the status. So there's still a little bit confusion because the clouds are very, I don't know, this very gloomy here, but then we have the light going on in the future. So they're learning some things here about how to make a brighter future for themselves, for their divine feminine. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. All right. So we have 3 cards. All right. We talk about the letter. Some more letters here. So this may be an invitation. This may be some good news that's coming in for your divine masculine. And it's like with the bridges here, they're bridging their subconsciousness with their consciousness in some ways, or they're bridging some gaps within themselves. And it's bringing light. It's bringing awareness to what's going on. It's a lot of knowledge and truth that's coming out here about the choices that they made. They're studying something here. This divine masculine is maybe studying money or studying how to invest properly to make or generate some money. Because again, the sacral chakra card is big out there. So they may be studying how to progress not only in financial matters, but in their life, in their soul. This person could be a Taurus, very traditional or very committed. So even though they're not committing to you, divine feminine, on the physical aspect, spiritually, I feel like they're doing it. So, you know, spiritually, they have to clean themselves up. Some of them may have gotten some news here about their health or a house. Some of them, they have gotten a letter about moving somewhere. Some of you may not even know that they have moved away. Seven of spades. So they may have avoided their behavior, like I mentioned before. But they're starting to see that this is not bringing them wish fulfillment by avoiding shit. Hey, so some of them may be writing you a confession letter, or they're writing out some thoughts. Hey, yeah, some thoughts. Hey, I just heard the word judgments. They're writing out some. Okay, so they're criticizing themselves by writing out the things. Hey, and what is happening here? It's bridging the gap between their logic and their emotions, or their feminine and masculine energies. But they're writing out something. They're doing some kind of research here that's bringing them a lot of insights. And this is helping them to feel more wealthy inside, or having this wealthy mindset. They're studying something here, divine feminine, and it's bringing them. And then we have the ring. The ring could talk about commitments. So they're learning something here about commitments. Ace of clubs. So we have Ace of Swords and we have the Ace of Wands, changing their energy to be more committed, either to their growth or their originality, to be more authentic, to be more empowered. They're committing to that. We have 7-7. Those numbers could talk about freedom, doing that inner study, wanting to be more empathic to the people around them, wanting to be more empathic to the divine feminine. So they're studying here. Whoa. To bridge this gap between their intuition and their heart guidance and their soul. So they're coming out, they're moving away successfully from the devil's energy, toxic energy, and they're learning the truth. Whoa. This person has a lot. I'm not looking at the book of secrets. My eyes keep going to these stack of books here. So, and then my eyes keep going to all of those angels, I believe it is, with all those books in their hand, really studying not only financial matters or business matters, but business of the soul, matters of the heart when it comes to divine feminine, wanting that commitment, wanting with the family room, wanting you to feel secure and trusting of this masculine integrity. This person may have moved away from an environment that was holding them down, making them weak to the knees, holding on to their money. They may be saving as well, being very greedy with their energy, very selfish on who they give their energy to now. They're learning not to respond to every negative thing. Lions don't look back at every barking dog. Something to that effect. All right, you guys, that's all I'm seeing. I hope you guys did enjoy this reading. If you did, leave your testimony. Again, not all divine masculine energy updates is going to resonate with you each and every time. So you're still allowed to listen. You're still allowed to be entertained. It's nothing. But like I said, just keep an open mind, because it's not going to resonate with each and every one of your divine masculine each and every time. All right. So there's things are happening in the right timing, in divine timing, in the sequence is supposed to happen. All right. So I know a lot of you are very impatient, but actively wait, meaning move on with your life. Do what you have to do. Lead by example, divine feminine. You do things that's aligned with you, because ultimately the choice is yours. All right. So I'm going to read. I didn't read the the poem from Bruce Lee the last time. I don't think it's a poem. It's just a quotation, but it goes, "The conformer seldom learns to defend." Sorry, let me start over. "The conformer seldom learns to depend upon himself for expression. Rather, he faithfully allows a pattern. As time passes, he will probably learn some dead routines and be good according to his set patterns, but he has not come to understand himself." Let me read it one more time. It says, "The conformer seldom learns to depend upon himself for expression. Rather, he faithfully follows a pattern. As time passes, He will probably learn some dead routines and be good according to his set patterns, but he has not come to understand himself. And that's by Bruce Lee. So patterns don't lie. And I feel like your divine masculine is starting to be aware of that. They're starting to see the truth about their patterns, how they fall from grace, and who was really and truly there for the best of their development. All right. So they're committing to these personal boundaries. At times, it's very difficult. Guilt gets in the way as well, as 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 the need to be very lustful about power and fame. It gets in the way a lot of the times, and it causes them to fall off or fall off a track. They get distracted, but they're now more aware of that, and they're being, I feel like they're disciplining themselves by educating themselves more as well, learning from the consequences as well. All right, so I definitely feel like they want to contact you. They want to send you a letter, or some of them sent you an email and you have no freaking idea. Very lusty energy as well. So there is a lot of sexual tension here. Some of them may be even practicing abstinence, and it's freaking them out a little bit. Very selfish with the wand or the vagina. All right, so if you did enjoy the video, comment, comment, comment. Let's keep these free, amazing readings going. See you guys in another video. Chat to you guys later. Ciao.